YouTube, Ozzy, going the Goat House is back, and Austin Hooper is the free agent we're talking about today. A lot of landing spots up on the board. We're going to remove them one by one until we're left with where he's actually going to go. So we're going to find out today, before free agency hits, where Austin Hooper will land. Before we get started, we have two channels, the Goat House and the Goat House Plus. Please subscribe to both. That newer channel, you'll find a link in the description in the comments. Please help us out by subscribing, trying to match the subscriber rate. And then you'll find a link for our Twitter and Instagram daily posts, always talking NFL, answering questions on that Twitter. Must follows right there. So go ahead and check them. Yeah, Absolutely. Go ahead and check them out. And then we started a podcast, the Goat House Podcast, link down below. Spotify, Apple Podcast. You'll find it. We're looking to add more to the podcast going forward. And if you go to our Patreon, which there'll be a link in the description, you will get the podcast in video form and a bunch of extra NFL content. But back to Austin Hooper here. A lot of teams up on the board. Who's gonna?
I got a bold first takeoff.
Bold takeoff.
Bold.
Who?
Taking Atlanta off. And the reason I'm taking them off is because they've already kind of said that they're going to let him test the market. And I think that alone, he's going to get overpaid. We all know that. And if you're letting him test the market, that means that you are almost just like, yeah, go test your value. And
But he could come crawling back.
He's not going to come crawling back.
Tagged? Well, because I think I don't think the Falcons are going to tag him. I think it's going to pay him too much. But what I think is what happened, because the agents, all the teams are at the combine. The agents go to the combine. They start to talk. They start to negotiate or give him a price, where they're at. And I'm guessing that they would like Hooper back, but the agent told him maybe too much of a steep price. I'm guessing he wants $9 million or more, which in my opinion is too much, because I don't really know if he'll get that actually from anyone else. So that's why I think he could test the market
and come crawling
back, maybe even a little cheaper, go back to the Falcons. I think they would like him back. The question is he more of like a scheme-based tight end? He's only been with Matt Ryan. Does have the injury concern. So how much will these other teams pay? I mean, out of all these teams that could use him, somebody's bound to pay him what he wants, I guess. So then I guess in that way I could agree with you taking the Falcons off. But yeah, we'll see here. But anybody want to take a team off next year?
Yeah, I'm gonna take off the Chicago Bears.
Oh,
as much as I would like Austin Hooper on the Bears, I think. I mean, if I'm being honest with myself, I just don't think it's gonna happen. We signed a tight end already, a no-name guy, albeit
Demetrius Harris.
Yeah, but and then my guess is they're gonna concentrate on that in the draft because they're already paying money to Burton. I'd like them to see them drop Burton, but I don't. It's not gonna happen. That's just
you got to give him at least you got to give him another. You got to run it back with him.
If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna move the Packers up here.
No,
it just feels better.
Ooh.
It just feels better.
Can you move the Patriots a little bit?
You want me to move the Patriots?
Or the graphics guy? Can you get on that?
Yeah, he's got to get on that. He's gonna move the Patriots up.
Nice, good.
Nice spacing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we pay this guy.
Right.
But back to your Bears, which you might have already talked about at this point. Yeah, they have money spent at the tight end position. Each team pretty much has like an unwritten rule. How much money do we spend on each position? They already have Trey Burton, spent money on him, and he kind of has that injury, whatever you want to call it, concern. So you don't want to get another tight end where you spend big money to with the same type of concern. I think they'd rather go to the draft, which I think they can get a solid one.
It's an emotional concern.
For sure. Yeah, we don't know. I don't know what we're going to call it, but there's some sort of concern in there. But he's a good tight end if he's on the field. But do they want to add another one like that? I don't think I think the fans are interested in getting Hooper. I think maybe they could be interested. I just don't think they're going to be the spender. The high bidder.
I think. Yeah, I was going to say. I think they could. They're gonna have talks with him, but they're going to realize his target.
They
price.
might throw the line in there, fish around a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna. There's not enough bait. Not enough.
Okay.
Oh, let's get rid of the Dolphins.
Ooh.
Think they like Mike Gesicki?
I was going to say, I think they like Mike Gesicki.
It could be a good pairing, though.
It could, but
it's a good duo.
I think the Dolphins are still a little ways away. Like, I don't think they need to
They have tons of cap.
I don't think they just need to waste the money. I think they just continue to rebuild. They have a lot of draft picks. Just build with some young talent. Don't need to just waste money.
Or is it my turn? I'm going to take a team off that may have the biggest need at the tight end position.
Why?
And that's the Steelers because of cap space. Mm-hmm. They're in a very tight, maybe one of the worst cap situations for this offseason. Don't have they can make some cuts, but it's not going to increase a whole bunch of cap room. and they will not be able to spend too big. They can make it happen. Don't get me wrong. They can make it happen. They may have to let some of their own guys walk, though. And they have a big need there, but I think they'll go the cheaper, much cheaper, and really the safer route in the draft. They do have a big need there, though, but I'll take them off for the cap reasons.
I'm going to go ahead and take off the Chargers.
Think they're going Hunter Henry?
I mean, if I'm the Chargers, I would go through the draft. I think Hunter Henry, injury concerns, obviously. Maybe if you can bring him back cheap. But then you have another tight end who has injury concerns as well. Nowhere near how much Hunter Henry struggles with injury, but still, it would scare me off spending the money, especially when he's going to be probably the highest paid tight end free agent.
Okay.
Danny?
I don't know, man.
It's you, man.
I'm going to take the Bengals off.
Oh.
Think if I'm a free agent, I mean, granted, they're going to get a great quarterback in the draft, but just doesn't seem like an attractive spot to go as a free agent. I think the Bengals would actually spend the money, but yeah.
They could let Eifert walk and get this better tight end for Joe Burrow if possible, but if they it sounds like they may tag AJ Green, that's going to give them a tight cap situation. That's an interesting move to say the least. And they don't have the most cap, a decent amount, but you think they would have more for a team with the first overall pick. So I would like the fit. Think they would be interested, but yeah, it might be tough to make happen there.
Aren't they going to free up some money depending on what they do with Dalton?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to try to trade Dalton, but if they sit around too long and people say that the Bengals have leverage when trying to trade Dalton. I think the other teams have leverage. I think because they can't just sit around with that cap space when they're trying to sign other free agents to. Because to me, Joe Burrow is good enough to come in and win right now. Like, he's going to win a Super Bowl this year. Well, let's be honest, probably not. But they're going to try to win. They could do that. They need to sign. They need to gain players. They need additions. But not going to be able to do that if they franchise Green and then keep the $17 million cap hit from Dalton. So the whole thing's going to be interesting. And they very, like I said, they very well could go for Hooper, but. That wouldn't be my last choice either. But if you're new to these type of videos, we bring it. Some of us sometimes bring a team back at the end if another one of us remove that team, and that's our pick there. But Pete, you got something we can take off?
Let's go with the Texans here. They got 2 solid tight ends, and they also have to pay some free agents. Laremy Tunsil's going to want a lot of money. They traded a lot for him. I think it'll just be tough for them to bring in Hooper.
Yeah, they do have Akins and Thomas. They could get better. I mean, having a guy like Hooper could make Deshaun Watson that much better, but yeah, it could be unlikely. I'm going to take off they have a need there, another team that has a need there, but I'm going to take them off. It's going to be the Panthers. They don't have Greg Olsen anymore. They have the need there. But if you look at Matt Rule and his offense, they never really valued the tight end, even though it was a college level. They never really valued the tight end position. They're also I can't really tell where they're at, though. Are they kind of in the rebuild mode because they have a lot of holes? They have a high draft pick. They're kind of changing systems for the future, but they still have Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore. So it's and they can win. As long as you have Cam and he's healthy, you can win now. It's just kind of tough to tell where they're at. I think they're going to be careful with their future cap. Because where they're heading. Matt Rule's got the 7-year deal. They brought Joe Brady. I think they have a future system plan. They may draft that future quarterback this year. So I don't think it would be in their best interest to spend money on a tight end. That's not really – I mean, it can be in the future plans, but I don't think that would be that wise. But they do have the hole there.
I'm going to go ahead and take these Browns off. I mean, the fit is nice, but I think that Njoku is kind of – what they're going with, even though he was kind of banged up this past year.
Well, let me throw something at you.
Throw it at me.
Stefanski's there now. I mean, look at the tight end group he had, the Vikings. They use the tight ends almost too much.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you want to have the Rudy and the Irv Smith, and they've used more guys than that, but you want to have like both those guys. So they have the Irv Smith with Njoku. Well, Hooper's him and Rudy, pretty good comparison. So maybe they have the cap space.
You got to drop the bones, though. You think they'll drop the bones?
They have cap space, but maybe they don't spend it there.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Maybe. That it would make sense actually. We can bring
him back. That's true. We'll see if I'm feeling it. See if I'm feeling frisky. You took him off and you can bring him back. There's no rule against that.
No.
Pete, is
it's my
the
turn.
rules?
Wait,
I have the rule book right here. It's not against the rules.
What page number?
16.
Okay.
Rule 73B.
I'm going to take the Patriots off. As much as they would love Hooper as a tight end, they have a lot of holes that they need to re-sign some players, and they have a whole quarterback situation that they got to figure out as well.
Okay.
Oh, there's a team that needs to come off here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're probably
Choose
all
wisely.
talking about
I mean,
different
it's
teams.
possible, but I just don't see it being likely.
We're all
Can I
talking
answer
about
for you? Because I think I know where you're going.
I know.
Well, wasn't it Pete's turn?
Yeah.
I don't know what
Well,
you're
Pete's
talking
better.
about.
Pete's better.
Pete,
Pete?
a lot of pressure.
I
lot
don't,
of
yeah, I
pressure.
don't know who you're just talking
Pete?
about.
Who would
Do
you
the right
take?
thing.
Where is he least likely to go out of these teams?
Pete, make the right choice here, Pete.
I could see him going to all of them.
Make the right choice here, Pete.
But which one is he going to go to?
I don't know.
We need the video to.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. We're using the video. I don't know
Use
who,
process of
who's
elimination.
who's the. I don't understand who
Who's
the
got some
obvious one
free
is.
agents?
Who's the
There's
least
a-
likely?
Yeah, there's
Who's
an
got some
obvious.
free agents, some big names they got to sign?
The Cowboys.
Is that who you're talking
That's
about?
not who I was talking
Yeah,
about.
so that's what I
talking
mean.
about.
That's who I was talking about.
Well,
Oh,
who you
The
taking off?
Cowboys.
You're taking
Yeah.
the Cowboys
They
off?
got Dak. They got Amari. They got Byron Jones. I don't know. It's just.
But they
gonna
may
be
let
tough.
Byron Jones walk.
It's just tough.
But they
a
might
lot of
have to
money.
get Dez. Somebody was there was a shower thought.
Oh,
Right.
that's true.
Those are the most important thoughts.
So they can't get Hooper because Jerry Jones is thinking about Des Bryant in the shower. That's what
That's true.
We're confirming.
And I think
that.
I know where you're going with the next team.
It's my turn.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be the Colts.
Oh, that's not who I was thinking. Awkward.
I mean, they're looking for the Ebron replacement. It's very important for them to pair somebody with Doyle, and they have the money to do it, so it's possible. I just think the teams that need more of the number one tight end are more willing to spend more, and I think they're going to be. I think the Colts would like maybe a little more athletic of a tight end to pair with Doyle. More of that receiving tight end. Not that Doyle's not; he's a heck of a receiving tight end. It's just. I think more of that Ebron-like, maybe even more, of a better route runner or, athletic tight end than that, I think would be a very good duo. But again, the cap space, somewhat of a need. They could spend it here. I think we got the good three teams here.
Mm-hmm.
I think we do.
Yeah.
Unless we wanted to bring, the Browns was interesting.
The Bengals was interesting.
The Bengals, you want to bring them back?
I'll bring them back.
You're going to bring the Bengals back.
Yep.
Is that your final pick, though?
It's still. I haven't made my final pick yet, but it's in the running.
It's in the running. I do like the Browns, but I'm not gonna bring them back.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll
But I'm still thinking about it, kinda.
in the shower.
Not in the shower, but
Okay.
I'm thinking about it because I think Stefanski will really value the tight end position.
Yeah, but he
But-
can just make Njoku an animal.
Yeah, but you need multiple tight ends in the system. All right, who's going next? Who's taking something off?
I'm
I just-
taking the Jaguars off.
I just
Taking the
put one
Jags
on.
off?
Yeah, limited cap, and I think they're gonna look elsewhere.
Yeah, I think they would love to have him. Really depends on the quarterback, too. I guess it really doesn't, but, Nick Foles, you would like a better tight end for him if he's the quarterback. For either one, though. But, Nick Foles, when he had success in Philly, he had the Zach Ertz, and having Hooper would help, that much more. But, yeah, they're limited on cap, but they definitely can increase the cap. Even though they may look like maybe the worst cap situation, one of the worst right now, they actually won't end up. It's still not the best situation, but they won't end up, bottom of the league there. So it's possible. But, I think these teams are more likely. Who's taking one
I
off?
think I got my choice.
You got your pick? You just
Yeah.
want to just tell me your pick?
Yeah,
Who is it?
I'm taking the Bengals.
That's your pick?
That's my pick.
Whoa, dude.
I think that you move away from Eifert finally. You bring in the young quarterback in Joe Burrow. You bring A.J. Green. You got Boyd. You got Joe Mixon. That's a heck of an offense. I like that. I like the sound of that.
You like the sound of it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not picking the Bengals.
Okay.
And let me tell you why.
I'll
I
allow
kind of
it.
explained it, I thought. I thought they're not going to be, they're going to be kind of limited in cap, I think. If they tag A.J. Green, re-sign some of their players, not going to be a huge cap hit that way. I just don't think they want to have even more of a cap hit in the future with Hooper as well. And they did draft a guy like Drew Sample last year who I thought it was a bit of a reach, but they could look to develop guys like that. So I'm just not seeing it. It's possible, but I'm not seeing it. It's definitely not going to be my pick. I like the teams like the Browns better.
I
than the Bengals.
got my pick.
Who's your pick?
The Green Bay Packers.
You going with the Packers?
Going with the Packers. I think their defense played very well last year. They could. I think some depth is what they're going to need mostly, which they can get through the draft. But the offensive side, they are for sure going to need a new tight end because we're expecting them to cut Jimmy Graham. But other than tight end, their biggest need is wide receiver, this is the deepest wide receiver draft probably of all time. So they can fill that need as well as a tight end in free agency. So I'm locking them in.
All right, I got my pick.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with the Redskins.
Whoa.
Ooh.
We're all split up
So
here.
Pete's gonna decide.
Looking at the draft, they're not in a great position to that's where they're going to take a tight end. You kind of look at how you think the draft's going to fall, come apart there, really fall, where they're picking. And I mean, we're going to say Chase Young in the first round, but then I think they're going to look, you want to use it when you have a receiver need, you kind of want to use it somewhat early. In this draft class. So then I think, and they would like to gain a second round pick as well. I just think where, we think the tight ends will come off the board and where they pick and where their needs are and where the best player available. What are you trying to do?
Oh, shit. I'm all over.
You're all over the place.
I was just
Let the
try- I was-
graphics guy handle that.
I was just trying to see the logo and just kind of seeing how it would fit.
I think it'll be in the Redskins' best interest to kind of. It really depends on the Trent Williams situation, too, because you want to get that sorted out. Do you have a need at left tackle? But they have a few extra needs at defense to kind of make that defense great. Another corner possibly. Focus on that free agency as well as, possibly tight end. So I do like the Redskins for Hooper. And what were you trying to do?
I was just trying to see what that Packers logo looked like on his head.
Oh, all right. Does that give you an idea?
Keep it there because I'm going with the Packers as well.
Oh, that was smooth.
Yeah, I just
So
think,
most likely he's
Whoa.
going to the Packers because two of us chose the Packers.
I just think changes with their staff. Last year you saw they were aggressive in free agency. They went mainly defense, and it really paid off for them. I think this year they're going to go offensive side of the ball.
Draft wide receiver.
Yes.
Yeah. Me and
And
Peter are on the same page.
Yeah, my top two options were the Redskins and the Packers. There's other teams. I like the Browns. I like the idea of the Browns. They have the cap space. I think that it would be a great fit in Jacksonville, but do they have the Cowboys have the cap space, but they got to spend elsewhere. I like that one as well.
So since the tiebreaker, you got to remove the other teams.
That's true.
Let the fans know. Where he's
Technically,
going.
that's true.
Okay, is that in the rule book?
That's in Pete.
What page?
12.
12? All right,
What
so
section?
since two of us
Section
chose
C.
Packers,
Oh.
one chose the Bengals, and one chose the Redskins, the Packers is it. I guess that's where he's going.
Ladies and gentlemen,
They got him.
they got him.
Congratulations, Packers.
You got your Jimmy Graham upgrade. Pair him with Sternberger for the future. Could be pretty solid. That's going to do it, though. Plenty of these videos on the channel. Plenty more to come. Plenty of free agency coverage, NFL draft coverage. 2 channels. Please subscribe to both. You'll find a link down below for the new one. And as well as a link for our Twitter, Instagram, and podcast. Please follow all those. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching this video. That's going to do it. Goodbye.